Hey, what's up y'all? It's your girl Chrissy and welcome to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I posted. I just checked and it was like 6 months since my last video. So I felt like before I started getting into posting, again, I just wanted to give y'all a life update and kind of reintroduce myself. So for those of y'all who are new here, my name is Chrissy and I do flight attendant vlogs, hair tutorials, and I'm thinking of getting into everyday vlogs. So you can definitely expect a lot of beauty and vlog content from me moving forward. I am working on my consistency. The last 2 years honestly has been draining mentally and emotionally for me, and that's the longest rut I've ever been in. So I kind of feel myself feeling better. I'm entering my healing process and I just wanted to come back on YouTube. I feel like I'm ready now. I feel like I love creating again. I feel like I'm falling in love with myself again. Any of y'all who've been in a rut or even been depressed at some point, you guys can probably understand what I'm saying. So I didn't want to just come back on here and just start posting like I haven't been missing for months. So thank y'all for those of you who stayed subscribed. Again, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I think you'll love it here. But let's get into this life update. I don't want the video to be too long. I just want y'all to know what's been up with me. All right, y'all. So I don't even know because I'm looking at the viewfinder right now, but I don't know if you can tell. You could tell. I mean, my hair looks really dark right now. I don't know. My hair looks really dark to me, but I did put some color in my hair. I colored my hair dark brown, but I didn't use any bleach because I'm scared of damage. I haven't dyed my hair since I was a teenager, and I'm a little nervous about that because I dyed my hair when I had a perm. So you already know how that went. It didn't go good. Hair was so thin, it was falling out. So I just in my mind have a really negative feeling towards coloring my hair. But I did just do a single process color. Well, I didn't do it, my stylist did it, and I've been thinking about doing it for years. I think I'm just gonna dip my toe into the water, so to speak, to see if I want to go lighter. But I do like how natural and brown it looks. I'm gonna get closer and I'm looking at the viewfinder if it looks like I'm looking towards the side. But I do love how my hair looks. It looks so healthy and so natural. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. My hair also is straight. So let's do a little length check. I've never did this. So this is where my hair is kind of poofy, but this is where my hair is. So every time, I'm gonna hold myself to this. Whenever I straighten my hair, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna check in with y'all. So that's where it is. So that's the most obvious change, is that I just have a little color in my hair. I posted a little video of the process on Instagram, so make sure you check that out. My Instagram is going to be in the description below. What other changes? What other updates do I have? I'm still a flight attendant. Like I mentioned, I'm going to do some flight attendant vlogs. I'm still a flight attendant. I actually started my 4th year with my company on January 22nd. But I'm hoping to do some more things in the company. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll take you on that journey with me as well. But yes, I am still a flight attendant, and once you see some of the vlogs, you probably know who I fly for. What else? I bought a car. Oh my God, y'all, I bought a car. That is my next update. Okay. So if you've watched my epilepsy video, you know that driving and buying a car was a very difficult process for me because I had to get my seizures and everything controlled before I could become a driver. In Georgia, you have to be a year seizure free in order to drive. I wasn't able to be a year seizure free and then be comfortable. There's one thing to go by what the rules and the laws are saying, but there's another thing to you feel like you're comfortable and ready. So when I made a year and a half, I was starting to feel comfortable with learning how to drive and driving on my own, and then I'd have a seizure. So it just took a long time. But last May, I bought my car. I got my license in 2020. And I'm a driver now, like, and I'm seizure free. So those are some updates. Make sure you check out my epilepsy video. I'm gonna link it somewhere either on the screen or in the description box below, so you could just get a little more insight on what epilepsy is and my journey with it. Yeah, so that's an update. I bought a car. I'm gonna see if I have a picture that I can insert here, but I just bought me a 2022, we're in 2023, a 2022 Honda Accord, and that's my baby. And since I mentioned that I bought a car, I feel like I have to mention that I have since then scratched my brand new car. I'm gonna see if I can put a picture of that in here too. Y'all, the scratch, I'm not gonna lie, had me in my feelings because I was just so disappointed in myself. So in my garage, like to get out of my garage, I have to turn out. And y'all, when I heard it scratch as I come out the garage, I just felt, one, was like, this is bad. Like, I already know it's bad. For two, I was so disappointed in myself because I do this every day. Every time I leave, every time I enter my garage, I literally go through there. So I should know my car by now. It's almost been a year. I was just so disappointed, y'all. I was crying in this parking lot, just bawling my eyes out, so disappointed. How can I have messed up my new car? It was like it was a spiral from there. Like, I was just thinking, like, you know, that's really irresponsible, blah, 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 blah. And it's not. Like, it happens. Nobody's perfect. I'm still a new driver and I'm still learning my car. So I had to just extend some grace to myself, but I'm not gonna lie, like, it really ruined my day. I was so upset, y'all, like, so upset. But I'm over it. I think I'm gonna get it fixed just so I can have that brand new car for just a little longer. But it depends on what my insurance is saying. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm worried that they're gonna raise my insurance. I really don't want that, but as far as the car situation, that's what's been going on. Also, y'all, I have been reading. So I'm gonna share some books that I have with y'all. That's another update. I'm going back to reading because I feel like my mind is a little more stimulated, for one, when I read. For two, I feel like I have a healthy balance of being on social media, being on my phone, but also getting information elsewhere that doesn't involve like social media or even Google. Like, I want to just sit and read a book. That's why I don't really like to do anything on a Kindle or on an iPad. I don't like digital books, just because I want to get away from that. The feel that I get from like turning pages, like the sound of turning pages, I know it's weird, is so like satisfying to me. Like, the closing a book, like, there's just something about having a physical book that is so satisfying to me. But I do want to share some of the books that I have been reading. So I read this book. It's very popular. Let me see the lighting. It is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Definitely a really, really good book. 10 out of 10 recommend for anyone who feels like they're in a rut, for anyone who's having difficulty being consistent, trying to create a routine, or just trying to make a general change. Even if you don't like self-help books, I think this is a good one. Like, I think you should check it out. I read this last year and I reread it this year so that I can get my mind right. And it really makes me feel motivated. I didn't skim through it. I kind of started my day reading this. There's people in my hallway. But I felt like for my productivity, reading this in the morning really helped me start my day. So this is something that I've read twice, and I'll probably reread it again if I feel like it's necessary. It's a really good book. Also, I know the man is controversial, but I did hear it's a good book. I'm in the middle of reading Black Privilege by Charlemagne the God. I have my thoughts on him too, but I don't really like the old Charlemagne, is what I would say. Didn't think that the old Charlemagne, and I'm giving him grace by calling him that, I feel like he just had some issues with women, particularly Black women. I didn't like the way he talked to them, the way he treated them. I didn't really like, he's just so rude. But I'm giving him grace because I am a big fan of what he's done with the Black Effect Network, and one of my favorite podcasters is Mandy B, and I'm a fan of her work, and just hearing her talk about her experience and how he's negotiated deals with them and things like that just kind of gave me a different perspective. And I am a fan of, if you're truly trying to make a change, I can support that because I'm a completely different person from who I was when I was younger. So I extend grace to that. But so far, the book is really good. It talks a lot about, it's like he's trying to plant that you have privilege. Don't think that you yourself as a Black person don't have privilege. He's just trying to change that narrative, you know, for ourselves. Not saying that, you know, as far as history and socially and economically and everything that we, you know, like, you know, but he's trying to make us think like we're our higher selves. So he talks about where he's from and how that's had a change on him. And right now I'm at the part where he's talking about how he got into radio. So I'm really tuned in. I was hoping to finish this on my last trip, but I couldn't. So I'm hoping to finish this by the end of the month. Today is January 30th. So I'm hoping to finish this in the next couple of days. The next book that I haven't started reading it, but this will be my next read after I finish The Black Privilege, is Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen. I heard this book is really good. It's actually a spiritual book. But it also talks about how, like, to stop yourself from creating these toxic and negative thoughts. So I heard it's really good, and I like that it does have like a spiritual aspect to it, because that's something that I'm trying to really focus on this year. I'm not a religious person, but I do want to strengthen my spiritual journey with God. And so I'm doing research, I'm reading it, I'm reading books about it. So this is one of the books that I thought would ease me in. So I'll keep y'all updated with that one. My last book, I also bought this, but I wasn't consistent with this. I bought this book in 2020, wasn't consistent with it, but I'm being very, very consistent with it this year. So it is The Acts of Faith by Iyanla Vanzant. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Another controversial person. I don't love her style. I don't remember what the show is that she had all these celebrities come and cry on. Definitely wasn't a fan of that. Not something about her style just doesn't really call to me in that way, but this book, baby, this book is so good. So it's a journal. If you do check it out, it is the 2018 revision of it. This book originally came out in either 1992 or 1993, and then she republished it in 2018. And it's pretty much the same book, except that she added reflections to it that I thought were pretty cool. So I'm gonna pull up today's, just to show you like how she like wrote the book. Can we focus? All this light, you're probably not gonna be able to see it. Okay, there we go. So like I said, today is January 30th. So she usually starts with like a quote, then more about what you're talking about today, an affirmation, and then a reflection. So I haven't done mine for today yet, but the affirmation says, I believe in my right to have unlimited goodness in my life. I think for me, a lot of the reflections and entries that I've been doing have been so on time and so aligned with my journey. Journaling has been super helpful for me with like getting my thoughts out, kind of seeing what I feel about certain things, and just helping me grow. You know what I mean? Just helping me see where my thoughts are. You know, if I'm being transparent, like I said, 2 years, I was in a rut for 2 years, okay? And I feel like my self-esteem and my confidence has taken a decline. I feel like my creativity has declined. I feel like my overall like lust for life has declined. So this journaling has helped me a ton with starting my day or even ending my day on a high note, on a good note. I bring this with me to work. I pack it in my bag, and I pray to God every day that I do not lose this book. Like, I don't leave it in a hotel. More so the book that I'm actually writing in, because this is irreplaceable. Like, I can go buy another book, but I can't go buy my notes back. So I'll try to keep this real close to me. But those are all the books that I've been reading. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts are in the comments below. Also, another update that kind of ties into this is I am back in therapy. I was in therapy in 2020, and y'all, I might get into this because it's like a story time, but I might get into this in another video. But something happened that kind of made me write off therapy, and it gave me even more trust issues than what I started with, which is so sad. It's actually very sad, because that's not what you're hoping your experience with therapy is going to be like, you know what I mean? So I just wrote off therapy for a while, and I decided literally this year to try and give it another chance. So I found a new therapist, and she seems very nice. She gives me homework assignments. She also gives it to me straight, no chaser, but she's respectful. She'll be like, now girl, now you know, and I like that. A little respectful check goes a long way. I don't need you to talk to me crazy for me to get it, because I ain't gonna get it that way. Like, don't talk to me crazy. That will make me lose respect for you. But I think I'm an open person where you can tell me like, hey, you know, I think you're doing this, and if it's a trusted source, then I can receive it, you know? But y'all, I'm back in therapy, and it's nerve-wracking a little bit, because it's like, whoo, girl, we about to get deep. I'm gonna tell you my business. But also, I don't really know you like that. So it's a strange dynamic, but I've been enjoying it so far. I've had 2 sessions already, and I do it bi-weekly. I used to do therapy weekly, and I kind of felt like I didn't have anything to talk about because we just spoke. And also, like, this is really heavy. Can I get some time to work on things and, like, you know, reflect on the things that we talked about? So I think trying it bi-weekly would be a better pace for me. So that's pretty much it for my updates, y'all. I told y'all had to see that I moved, because I've been in this apartment for 2 years. So I'm still in this space. I live in Atlanta. And so, yeah, I think that's really it. But I did want to just sit here and talk to y'all and just give y'all an update on where I'm at, where I'm trying to go, what I'm working on, what I'm doing. So I hope you enjoyed this update. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you want to watch the rest of my journey, make sure you subscribe, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.